Hello, fairy finders and fairy seekers. Welcome to the Ask the Fairies card reading for the week of May 10th through May 16th, 2021. And we are going to quickly do some shuffling here. I already did the table shuffle, so we can be sure that the cards are good and mixed up. And fairies, what cards are you going to show us for May 10th through May 16th, 2021? Okay, let us split the deck. Okay. All right, card number 1, 6 of Diamonds. Card number 2, the Sword of Diamonds or 7 of Diamonds. The 9 of Clubs. And the 4 of Spades. So we have the Tower, Diamond in natural position. We have the Truth Sword, which we had last week in the same position. We have the 9 of Clubs, which is Galahad in this deck. And we have the 4 of Spades, or the North Wind, in this deck. So we have 2 cards here that are in their natural positions. The one at the beginning, the one at the end. So let's see what the fairies are sharing here. Okay, so there's a lot to be shared here in this reading today. And the first card that we've had a good number of times before. This is the 6 of Diamonds. It is the Tower card in this deck. And it is kind of refreshing. Actually, no, it's really refreshing to see a diamond in the diamond position. All these weeks, we've had everything else except for the diamond in this position. And the diamond is representative of a good number of things, but one of them has been the hidden money people. Well, apparently, they're out in the open now. And there's all kinds of transformation going on. That is also what diamonds depict. It is a spiritual transformation happening at this very time. Part of the reason is because these money people are being exposed. As last week we talked about the communication cards, that there were going to be things coming out that were going to bring some truth to what has been going on over this last year plus. And this card shows the illumination that is coming forward to expose the money people. This transformation that is happening, that is also making others who have not awakened yet wake up. Since diamonds is a fire sign, I kind of look at this tower as a towering inferno. It is now on fire. That place that people were going to climb to the top where it felt secure and to be safe and be able to look out and get all the information that they needed, the people needed, from the fake sources. And they could go up and down in this tower, but they couldn't go anywhere else. And the view was always the same at the top. Whatever the money people wanted them to see, that is what they were seeing. And what happened then is that this castle, this tower, became a prison. a place to be locked in because it was the safe place to be. So it's a card that depicts what has kind of taken place and is still taking place in some places in the world. But now this is a towering inferno. Imagine this tower on fire. Everyone that has been locked in the tower is making a safe exit, realizing that that isn't such a safe place to be after all, and that a lot of what they've learned there is not for the good of their transformation, the good of their spirituality. It's for the good of those money people who stayed hidden for so long. So there is a transformation taking place, and how it comes about is going to be the mystery. Again, in this second position, we have the Truth card. And as you can see, the Truth card has ribbons, and it says conviction, courage, trust, prudence, perception, and illumination. So here we have illumination yet again, 2 diamond cards together, absolutely shining on everything that is taking place. And look at the brilliance, the drawing of this card, and how brilliant with the lines coming out, that it gives the impression of absolutely how amazingly brilliant, like a diamond, it is. So this Truth card is, again, like it was last week, in a position where a club should be. And as we've gone over many, many times, the club is, I call it the humanity card, because it is about communication. It is about being able to breathe. And that's just been one of those things that the hidden money people have made everyone afraid of. Well, the fear is not there anymore. It may be for some, but very few. And as that tower catches fire and people come down and they realize that, there's been a lot of untruths going on, they're not going to be locked away anymore. They'll be able to do their transformations, spiritual transformations. And they're going to be looking into the truth even more. And people who have known the truth are going to share even more of the truth. And that's going to come out no matter how stifling things are attempted to be made in various online options. So this truth, again, this Truth sword is in the perfect position because it is opening up the truth for what it is to be human, what it's always been to be human, our creativity, our individuality, and so on. I've covered this in almost every weekly reading, I think, sharing what a club would be. And that's why this card is in such an amazing location. Now we have the 9 of Clubs, which is Galahad in this deck. Now, Galahad was in stories of old. Galahad was Lancelot's illegitimate son. Lancelot did not know he had a son. So when Galahad actually grew up, and this was all predestined, when Galahad grew up, he went to King Arthur's court and he actually fought his own father. He didn't know it was his father at the time, but he fought his own father and won. So Lancelot knighted Galahad. And an older knight took him into the round table and set him in a chair that was designated to instantly kill, and had killed many who were not up to the honesty task, the truth-telling task. Galahad went through that test with flying colors. Well, then Lancelot took Galahad to a nearby lake and there was a sword in the lake. And Galahad had to get to that sword that no one else was able to yield. The only person who could yield the sword was that person who was considered the greatest knight in the world, the most honest knight in the world, the most trustworthy knight in the world. And that sword needed to want to be on that knight's hip. Galahad passed that test again with flying colors. They went back. He was given a seat at the round table. And at that point in time, they all got to see a vision of the Holy Grail. And that Holy Grail is what Galahad is known for having found. A lot of adventures that took place as well. But he found the Holy Grail and he ascended. He was given the choice of what he wanted once he found that Holy Grail, and he requested that he be allowed to choose when he would die. He was allowed to do that, and two of the knights that were remaining, who had not passed away looking for the Holy Grail, actually got to see him ascend. The angels came and took him. He ascended. So the point being here is Galahad is us. It's humanity. Again, here's the clubs. It is humanity. It is in the heart position, and this is the heart of the matter. We are capable of ascending to 5D Earth Plus. We just need to understand the truth and allow ourselves to spiritually transform. And that's what those hidden money people, the ones that were hiding for so long, that is what they have been trying to make sure we cannot do. They don't want us to be able to ascend in that way. They don't want us to realize that we have potential. Galahad also was able to create miracles and heal the sick. We are also capable of that. However, it's been something that has been forgotten by us for whatever reason, but it slowly comes back as we transform spiritually. And the truth about who we really are comes out. We are able to begin doing things that we could never do before. The money people, they really have no hope. The light is here. The truth is coming out, and the light is winning against the dark. Now, don't think, obviously, that this is completely over, because here we have the Four of Spades, considered the north wind in this deck, and it is in its natural position. This means that things on earth are going to stabilize because of all this. We are going to see much happier people. We are going to see people with jobs. We are going to see all the things that we saw before, but better. The problem is this north wind is the powerful wind, and that is the money people, and they're going to fight back. They don't want to lose. They see what's happening, and they're going to do every ditch effort, everything that they can possibly think of to take it back in their favor. But it will not happen as long as we stay in the light, we remember the truth, we go with the flow of Galahad, who was a true, honest knight, a true warrior, a man of light. We stay in this position. Our hearts are obviously going to follow. They can't help but follow in a scenario like this. The healing is necessary, and the healing is going to flow, but we still have the money people who wish to own the earth, but they've lost the earth, and they're not happy about it. So we're going to see a lot of things happening this week that are going to open up the truth and allow us to begin that transformation. But there's also going to be a lot coming out that is angry, and a lot coming out that perhaps is almost too shocking for us to understand. But we have to look at it. No matter how shocking it is, we have to look at it. Because when we look at it, we can understand the truth of it, and we can embrace it and shed the light on it and transform it into light and truth for others to see. And then they too can do the same process until everyone understands what the money people have actually done. That takes away any power, and any huffing will be totally weak at that point. And again, the earth will become stable. 3D earth. Now you can also look at this as this is 3D earth that these money people are huffing on, and that we are ascending beyond that 3D earth. 5D plus. Some have already gone. Those who have been in the tower all this time, there's a ways to go here, but it's going to happen for them as well. Until it does, however, the more light that comes through, the calmer and more stable 3D earth will be, to allow these people to focus on the transformation and the truth, and to be able to look upon those things that will literally be horrifying, hard to swallow, but have to be seen. Remember that north wind is cold. The money people, they're cold, unfeeling, angry, unhappy. So we need to use this light to heat up that cold wind, make it warm and calming and comforting, to allow people to get their breath and prepare for everything that is upcoming. And the fairies are sharing that there is so much more on the horizon. But this is an incredible read. The light has won. No matter what you're seeing, no matter what you're hearing, no matter what you're seeing, the light has already won. The light workers are all connected, and more light workers are joining. We are here for this time to watch humanity transcend, transform hundreds of years of destruction. So there we are. The fairies are giving more hope than I expected them to be able to give. But here's how it stands. So take what you can from this reading from the fairies and let go what does not work for you. It's getting more exciting, and I cannot wait to be able to bring the fairy readings to you next week, and the week after, and the week after that. No more despair, despite what you're hearing, because the light has won. Until next week, take care.